one.
Hello, we're your guides to the storm. I'm Jaden, and this is Riley.
Hello.
Welcome to Stormbound Games. Let's begin.
We're going to be playing Max Payne today.
I won't, because I will die every half a second.
I was still in the force.
I might play once or twice, just to show how bad I am.
Precinct, Hell's Kitchen.
So when are you coming to work for me, Detective Payne?
You'd make me work undercover in some hellhole. Sorry, Alex. Michelle and the baby come first. See? My last smoke. It's bad for the baby.
That's you, Max. A regular Boy Scout.
See, Alex.
Still on for poker Thursday night, right?
Like taking candy from a baby.
That's a
Life was
fun
good.
thing to say.
Sun setting on a sweet summer's day. The smell of freshly mowed lawns. The sounds of children playing. A house across the river on the Jersey side. Beautiful wife and a baby girl. The American dream come true. Honey, I'm home. But dreams have a nasty habit of going bad when you're not looking. The sun went down with practiced bravado. Twilight crawled across the sky, laden with foreboding. Michelle, honey, anybody home? I didn't like the way the show started. They'd give me the best seat in the house, front row center.
First thing I compared this game's graphics to for some reason was the Incredible Hulk on PS2. I don't know why, but it just reminded me of that.
Listen, someone's broken into my house. Call 911.
Is this the Payne residence?
Yes, someone's broken into my house. They're still here. You have to...
Good. I'm afraid I cannot help you.
Who is this? Hello?
That's not so much ominous as like a red flag.
Yeah. And the house is all torn apart.
Yep. And this is an era where like, handheld phones don't exist, right?
Those old, like, walkie-talkie phones, yeah.
It's coming.
Freeze! NYPD, drop it!
The guy doesn't even raise his weapon. That guy does.
No, please, God,
The
no.
baby was suffocated. It is. The neck going back.
No, God, no.
I'm not trying to make fun of this, but this guy's having a bad day.
Yeah.
He was just so excited to get home to his wife and kid. Last smoke, everything. That went downhill quick.
No!
Interesting way to start a game.
Yeah, it kind of is.
That was 3 years ago. Everything ripped apart in a New
Yeah.
York minute.
I can't even think of how else to say that.
Been high on
The guy had a
previously
rough
unknown
day.
drug, Valkyr, V. After the funeral, I told Alex I'd be transferring to the DEA. It took us 3 long years to get a break in the Valkyr case. Then, finally, 2 months ago, a dime dropper tipped us off that Jack Lupino, a mob boss in the Punchinello crime family, was trafficking. I went undercover, infiltrated the worst mafia family in New York.
We're gonna try to be quiet at those comic book cutscenes for you so you can see and read it just a little bit better.
I came in from the cold and the dark.
And hear it.
Outside the city was a cruel monster. I've been slowly working my way from the small time to the big fish, trying to get to the source of the drug. Alex and BB were my only contacts in the DEA, the only ones in this decrepit city who knew I was down here.
BB here. Something urgent has come up with Jack Lupino. You need to meet with Alex immediately at the Roscoe Street station.
I hadn't had a face-to-face with Alex since I'd gone undercover.
Probably for good
Outside,
reason.
the mercury was falling fast. It was colder than the devil's heart, raining ice pitchforks as if the heavens were ready to fall. Everyone was running for shelter like there was no tomorrow. It didn't get any better when I got to the subway. The feeling hit me like a point-blank shot straight in the face. Something was not right about this. My Beretta stirred nervously under my coat, but the train doors had
We
already
know
shut
nothing
behind
about
me,
the movie either.
and I was in for the ride.
I didn't even know there was a
Stop.
movie until
Roscoe
about
Street Station.
a couple minutes
And
ago.
Alex.
I do know he's supposed to be like undercover cop
The
that
station
was framed
drenched
for
in gloom.
something.
Alex was a
That's
ghost,
about
nowhere
all
to be
I know.
seen. I'd have to look for him.
Yes, follow the blood. Always a good thing to do.
Death
We're
was in
playing
the air at
Outlast,
Roscoe
too. This
Street.
is flashbacks.
I'd have to
I
find
hate it.
Alex fast.
Follow the blood. Go down the drain. No! That was one hell of a scream.
Yeah.
How late of the day is it for this station to have no one in it but the gangsters?
Well, it is. I think it's abandoned.
They wouldn't drop you off in an abandoned stop. And we just saw guards and patrol people there, so how would it be abandoned? And they're still lit up.
What the?
The American Dream. Yeah, that died a long time ago.
That's bad.
We have a pump action shotgun. If anybody survives that, they must have some kind of divine intervention going on.
While looking for Alex, they had ended
I'm
up in the
surprised
middle
you
of a
even got
big-time
that.
crime operation.
Kiss it goodbye.
Who the hell?
That's he flopped face down. That's
Save me,
a
man.
little bit sad.
Around
I
here.
don't know if I'm gonna make it.
Massacre.
I'm close
These
to
armed
that.
thugs just appeared from nowhere. We need to get help.
Oh.
I can make the call from the control room.
No, you're slowly healing.
Can you take me there?
Sure.
Yeah, man.
Sounds
Yeah.
good. Follow me.
Before we open that door, go about, oh boy, wait about 5 seconds. Okay, 5 seconds was definitely not enough, but
Home free. This
We
way.
have to go guns blazing.
out.
now how would you not expect some people to be in the control room? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This dude is fast. You see how fast he ran? That guy's stupid. Run at the opening. That would have been killer if you got it. Literally.
Oh, I barely made that.
It looked like you point blanked him in the center of the skull. This game has blood physics. Blood splatter, I mean. What were these people doing? Smashing control consoles the whole time?
He's taking over the station.
Yeah, why were they smashing
Train
the
lit
consoles?
up like a Christmas tree. Power
I did
was
that.
back on.
You didn't even open that door, so how did you got the ones in there? Gotta slow down. Real slow. Be a hippie when you go up to those control panels. Without their hatred of technology. Whatever their thing is. I think their thing is they don't like cars.
Shall I only use this?
No. You would die. We were planning on doing that multiple times in this series. Just saying. It's gonna be harder than we thought. I just don't understand the whole standing up while we're doing
It's like an old timey car. Back. A little more advanced.
So much for
I mean,
you,
a
son.
lot more advanced. That jump seems a little bit slow. Did that guy die shooting? Did he hit you with a gun when he was dying?
No, he shot me before he's done.
Yeah. The guy's got some pretty good aim for some reason right there.
The rusty door led to an abandoned part of the station, closed off since the early 40s. Something big was going down at Roscoe Street. Maybe that's why Alex had wanted to meet me here. Maybe not. One way or the other, I was gonna find out.
Anyone who's wondering, I have a 1.5 gallon bottle of water next to me. That's gonna be empty real soon.
I forgot to get the health packs back there.
I think they're painkillers, right?
Who needs help?
That's a very stupid thing to say, but let's go with it.
What the?
That was weird. He just body flopped. Belly flop, whatever you want to call it. He ragdolled while staying in a plank position. That was horrible, like you couldn't see anything.
I'm afraid.
That was pure luck. And he just like head flopped into it. Is this gonna be one of the games where you can find ammo anywhere?
All the enemies drop ammo, I believe.
They're all using the same kind of guns as you, though, right? If not, that makes no sense. Be the nitpicker right here.
What the hell was that?
Big booms? Are they big booms?
Yeah.
Hold on here. Give me the detonator. What are you talking about? The detonator. Give me the detonator. What are you talking? Got him down.
See, you're slowly healing. But it might stop at some point.
Yeah, I gotta play careful though.
I think the guy came up and he shot him, didn't he?
Okay, fellas. The police are on their way. New York.
It seems like weird for that to take place so. Wait half a second.
Why would he come around the camera?
I don't know. Seems real stupid to do if you ask me. And I guess these guys are mobsters. They don't really have much going on up there.
We come to you now live from the crime scene.
Who is this?
Right back at you.
This is Deputy Chief Jim Bravura from the NYPD. You are to cease your criminal activities and surrender immediately.
Sure thing, Jim. Me and the boys have been talking, and everyone's real sorry. They'll never do it again.
Who the hell is this?
Being placed at the scene of a bank robbery wouldn't have tipped the odds in my favor.
Oh, so this he does get blamed for this.
Yeah, he's
The bank
stuck in a
robbers score lay
predicament.
on the table. The bank robbers have been after Acer Corporation bonds. The Acer success story had recently been on every channel and on the cover of every magazine.
What exactly are you supposed to be doing?
That's
bank
gotta open
robbers
every
had left
bank
their
vault,
tools on
find
the
out
table.
clues.
I'm sorry, that was funny. I have a very basic sense of humor known as laugh at everything and anything. And he has a sense of humor that's considered dark and doesn't laugh at anything. Did they just push a bench in front of it?
Yes. Well, that's not the right way.
That is. And I know your face because there's definitely cameras. Oh, he plays.
You didn't see the explosion on the door?
No, I wasn't paying any attention to that.
Hold it! Max, Jesus, you almost gave me a heart attack. I nearly shot you.
Alex, I'm glad to see you.
What the hell's going on? There are more corpses here than at the city morgue.
It's an armed robbery. A tunnel job straight to the Roscoe Bank vault through the old station wall. Is this why... This is Lupino's gig?
This is Lupino's doing? Lupino's men? Really?
You sure know how to pick a place. Can you get through?
No, it's locked. We gotta get out of here. If it's Lupino, it's... Alex?
He's gone.
He gone.
Alex!
Long gone. 6 feet down gone.
There was nothing I could do. He was dead. I could tell by the empty, accusing stare of his eyes.
Let's get the hell out of here!
The detonators blow up on you.
I guess I have to hurry.
Or they have grenades.
I don't know what explodes. I'm guessing it's grenades. I'm gonna guess it.
Oh, thank goodness. Put the point right there. He's got some magic feet that pick up everything.
Yeah, it's grenade. At least he sucks at aim.
Yeah.
Painkillers.
As some people would say, the magic substance that grants me strength. I think we all know a few people like that. If you don't, good for you. Very good for you.
Alex had kept me relatively sane for the past 3 years. Now I didn't know how I felt. Somehow he had stumbled upon something big and ended up stepping on Jack Lupino's toes. Lupino ran his racket of sex, drugs, and contract killings from a sleazy hotel in a slum block of tenements. The NYPD was closing in. I could hear the sirens. Their wail was a crescendo. Lupino thought he could get us by taking Alex out and leaving me to take the fall for it. All he had gotten was my attention. I went for the hotel first. It was a sad little thing with flickering lamps and faded colors, cheap mobster punks and tired-eyed prostitutes. I walked straight in, playing at Bogart, like I'd done 100 times before. The place was run by a couple of murdering mobsters with shark smiles. The Finito brothers.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the pain in the butt. Pain to the max.
You're killing me. Did you make that up yourselves, or you get some wino downstairs to come up with it? Don't answer that. A rhetorical question. I got something for the boss. Lupino around?
That kind of depends on who's asking. A friend or a junk squad plan. Don't answer. It's one of them, how do you put it, rhetorical questions. Lupino ain't here, but he says bye.
Lupino wasn't in his cheap hotel. Instead, I ran into the Finito brothers. My cover had been blown. The door slammed shut behind me, and then I was dodging bullets like raindrops.
Pain in the butt. Ha ha! Pain to the max. Junk squad pig. I got a ticket to Marble City for you. Ain't worse than lying down.
Shot him twice.
Shot him 3 times.
Got that Victorian age vampire
A letter
face.
on the desk. I had met Lupino only once. The gangster ran all his rackets through his right-hand man, Vinny Gagniti. Gagniti was a high-strung whiner on the verge of breaking apart, like an overamped Energizer bunny. He had the brains to run the business, but he lacked the balls, always falling short, taking his frustration out on underage addicts and call girls.
The V deal goes down at your hotel. Jack's exact words, quote, Vinny, you're in charge of this one, unquote. Rico Muerte's coming to see it through. Anything goes wrong and everybody's gonna get dead. Goes double for you. Treat this guy real good. Anything he wants, you give him. Don't screw this up or you're finito, finitos.
A V deal meant added security, locked doors, and lots of nervous thugs with itchy trigger fingers. I'd seen nothing coming in, but that didn't mean it hadn't been there. Rico Muerte was a regular Kaiser Soze, a spook story told to keep the apes in line. 313. The Finitos had scribbled Muerte's room number on the note's margin.